Ahead of the general elections on May 29th, a recent report from the Center for Analytics and also Behavioural Change, that CABC, reveals that the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, and the MK Party are leading the online conversation about the elections in South Africa. The conversation also touched on Jacob Zuma's car accident and unverified claims of the African National Congress involvement, which underscores the widespread problem of disinformation. Well, joining me on the program to make sense of this is Marcus Hollington, that's a research analyst from South Africa. Thank you for your time, Marcus.
For inviting me to the show, my good sir.
All right, let's talk about the mood right now in SA ahead of the polls. We know that, of course, the MK seems to be the game changer in all of this. What's the political atmosphere like at the moment?
I mean, the political atmosphere at the moment is a bit of a confusing one. We have never before in the history of South African elections had a former president develop his own political party, uMkhonto weSizwe, MK, which is linked back to the armed struggle that South African freedom fighters embarked on to try and liberate the country from the apartheid regime. I think what's alarming with this whole scenario is the fact that the former South African president has a pending case against him, which actually resulted in a court case being raised against the former South African president, Jacob Zuma, to try and deregister his party. The opposition, all opposition parties were saying that he's not fit to be in that position and running his own political party. But alas, the courts found that
Marcus, are you there? Marcus Hollington. Okay, we lost you for a moment.
Okay, am I audible? I'm here.
Yes, you're audible now. Please go ahead.
Yes, so I would say that the atmosphere is one of non-predictability. You cannot predict what the outcome is going to be.
You said the atmosphere is one that is unpredictable, meaning that for the first time in many years, I mean, it might not be looking so good for the ANC. Is that right? Marcus, are you there? I think we lost connection there with Marcus. Just to keep you up to speed, of course, South Africa is gearing up for its polls, presidential polls this year. And of course, a lot has been happening in terms of conversations around it. And what I call it, the survival of the ruling ANC, clinching that particular position, talking about the top job in the state. We know that the ruling party has been immersed in a series of corruption scandals, and also in terms of the economy too. They cannot really give themselves an A on the score sheet. And South Africans are beginning to ask critical questions, particularly in these areas. Now, a twist to all of this is that the former South African president, talking about Jacob Zuma, who actually went to prison and is out, is gearing up to run for the top job again. Now, the question on the lips of many, particularly beyond South Africa, is how much of an influence he has been able to garner in spite of the scandals he faced, even after office. So, I mean, all of these conversations has brought to the fore, if at all, South Africa might just see a quantum leap, a major shift from what they used to know or what they're used to in terms of the politics and politying in the state, and seeing a new party that maybe months ago was pretty much unknown become the ruling party in the country. But let's see if, of course, we have Marcus back. Marcus, are you back?
My good sir, apologies for that network issue.
All right, Marcus, I was asking you that it looks like Jacob Zuma, in spite of the many scandals he's had in the past, seems to garner so much influence. Not just from party members, but even from South Africans. Why is that?
Well, that is because the former president, Jacob Zuma, was once the security intelligence officer for the ANC. He's a hero among many of the indigenous population in South Africa, solely due to the armed struggle that he embarked in alongside with his other uMkhonto weSizwe comrades, as well as some of the comrades from the ANC and some of those from the IFP. He's known to be a leader of the people in a way, and he's also Zulu. He's well loved by the Zulu nation. The Zulu nation pretty much holds the majority of the indigenous population within South Africa, hence why he's well loved and is well received by the South African.
Now, there seems to be a bit of fear.
Is pretty much.
Okay, I mean, just to...
There seems to be a bit of
fear, that, I mean, there might be violence on the day of the election. Do you see that happening?
No, I do not see that happening. As much as that is live and present.
Okay, I think Marcus, are you there? We seem to have a bit of difficulty, with your connection. But I mean, just to keep us up to speed as regards the political climate in South Africa. Now, the MK party was actually founded by the former leader of South Africa, the former president, Jacob Zuma, and this party seems to be what some political experts will refer to an underdog gathering a lot of momentum. It seems to be speaking the mind of many South Africans concerning their current realities, talking about the economy, talking about how the political space is perceived, talking about the living conditions of many South Africans. They seem to be speaking to that. But I think we have Marcus back. Marcus, we lost you for a moment. Would you just like to land?
I would call Jacob Zuma
I'm sorry, Marcus, we are having a lot of difficulty having to connect with you, but we appreciate your time on the program. Well, just to keep you up to speed, would of course, as a news station, be on top of the situation when it comes to the political happenings and the build-up to the general elections inside the presidential elections in South Africa. We might just be seeing a nation, experiencing a paradigm shift from the ruling party to maybe another party, but maybe time will tell. That's the beat we can take on today's episode. Don't forget, in case you missed out, you can always catch up on our YouTube page. The name is News Central TV. All the opinions of our guests remains theirs and not that of News Central. My name is Dakbo Adigboye. Stay safe. Bye for now.